The Kenya Wildlife Service, in partnership with the International Fund for Animal Welfare, has collared 2 elephants in the Amboseli Ecosystem. The collaring is meant to monitor and map the movements of elephants in the area in order to reduce wildlife conflict. NTV's Andrew Ochieng was there to observe the mammoth task.
The candidates for the collaring are selected by the helicopters hovering above. Today, only 2 are needed, and they have to be males between 25 and 35 years old. Once they have been separated from the rest of the herd, a veterinary doctor darts them with a dose of sedatives that will incapacitate them. This one is a bit too strong, and it takes a while for it to go down. It is shepherded into a secure area, to a place where it won't injure itself once it falls down. Soon the drug takes effect and the pachyderm falls down. And the rush to get it back up and moving again within 15 minutes is on. If it stays sedated too long, it could die. Water is continuously poured on its huge ears. This is to keep it cool because the drug makes its body temperature rise. Its trunk is also kept open and safe so that it can continue breathing. Meanwhile, scientists and researchers take the opportunity to gather vital data and measurements. The collaring is being done to monitor the movement of the elephants in the Amboseli ecosystem.
Our population is increasing by at least 1 million people per year. In terms of space, as a country, we're not increasing. So we have to find a way of occupying both the space for wildlife and the space for human beings.
Amboseli is a vital conservation area, but with the human population increasing, there have been settlements and other developments in what used to be wildlife corridors.
When we collar the elephants, we begin to understand their patterns of movement, their migratory routes. This allows us to plan both the space for human development and the space for wildlife. It allows us to develop our corridors. When we do so, we avoid or limit human-wildlife conflict, which at the moment is increasing, especially in Amboseli.
In Kajiado County alone, where the Amboseli is, the complaints have been coming thick and fast.
Uhusiano wetu na wanyamapori unaendelea kuwa mbaya. Kwa sababu kwanza fidia hailipwi. Tuna visa vingi sana vya watu ambao wameuawa na ndovu na hatujaona wakilipwa.
Countrywide, there are more than 800 pending cases of human-wildlife conflicts that have not yet been resolved, ranging from crop and property damage to human injuries and even fatalities. To settle all of the claims, the government would need 4 billion shillings, money that it says has been hard to come by.
So what I've been able to get from the National Treasury, I have focused basically on the most serious, which is loss of life. And loss of life at the moment in the current law is 5 million shillings per family. We've been able to do so, albeit slowly.
In Kajiado County, 4 families that have lost their loved ones have been compensated. But the county, which has been demanding for 40% of the revenue that comes from the Amboseli, doesn't believe that that is enough.
Tunataka utaratibu maalum wa kusema kwamba watu 10 wameuawa na ndovu na wanalipwa kwa wakati unaofaa. Kwa sababu watoto hawaendi kuchunga wakati unaofaa, na ndovu hawezi kukubaliwa tu wanakuwa wengi, halafu wanaharibu kila kitu, wanaharibu mimea, halafu wanaua watu na hatuoni malipo ya kilipwa.
12 elephants have already been collared in the Amboseli, and their movements have been astounding. Some were recorded to have traveled deep into Tanzania, others down to the coast, some northwards into Emali in Ukambani, and others hundreds of kilometers east to the border with the Mara. Yet all have been collared just around the Amboseli.
The notion previously was that you set land aside and you have a national park here. But the fact of the matter is that these animals spend most of their time outside of the national park. And that means a couple of things. It means that they don't necessarily have the security that they have inside the park.
Elephants have some of the widest ranges of all the wild animals, and the collaring of this particular one will enable the researchers and the wildlife service managers to know how far it has been going and what it has been doing wherever it goes. It is almost time for the first elephant to be released back to the wild. It has taken 20 minutes to collar this one, way past the optimal 15 minutes. The elephant also requires help getting back to its feet, and soon it's off back into the wilderness.
We had collared the elephant here
Within several hours, it has already moved vast distances. The second exercise is smoother than the first, and the animal is up within 12 minutes. With the tags on, KWS hopes to ensure that they have a secure landscape and have minimal contacts with human beings. Andrew Ochieng, NTV.